Now, a lot of fans view Colin as kind of like a younger version of Link because he has a lot of the same dreams and such, but he even looks very similar to Link from when he's in his younger forms in previous Zelda titles such as Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So he looks just like that. In any case, you'll run forward and go through the spring. You'll see the gate is closed. Go talk to Colin, and he'll say that he'll be like glad that you're here, and then Illia will then tell you to go away, and you can't come in there until you change your attitude. Typical female response. And then Colin will say he'll try to smooth things out and explain what happened yesterday. And then he tells you about a little area that you can crawl through behind the spring. So head over to the south, and you'll see that there's a little hole in the wall. So you want to go up to it and press A. You'll find a green rupee along the way. Woohoo! You're rich. Anyways, in any case, you just want to keep crawling ahead until you get all the way into the spring. Link will then crawl out of the hole, and he'll then dust himself off, and he'll look forward, and you'll see that Colin is talking with Illia now, and apparently he told her all about Tallow and the monkey, so that's good. And then Illia will look over and see that Link is approaching, and she'll walk back towards Epona, but Epona shakes her head, apparently to signify that she prefers Link over Illia. And Illia will say as much, and then she'll go on to say to Link that the injuries aren't too serious, and that Epona really is fit to be taken to Hyrule and everything, and help him deliver the package, the gift for Hyrule. But she goes on to say to make him promise that he won't take anything out of his league, and that he'll return home safely. So this just goes to show that she really does care what happens to Link, and she was probably really concerned about him all along. In any case, so Link looks a little abashed, and then he'll nod to say everything will be okay. But of course, then something bad happens. So then this intense scene happens in which suddenly Epona's just disappears, I guess. And then there's Bulbo riding in with two Boblin on them. One of them shoots Illia with an arrow, and the other one knocks Link out with a club. And then both pick up Colin and Illia. And then next thing you'll see is King Boblin, who is riding on Lord Bulbo. I guess he's like the Lord of the Warthogs or something. But anyways, King Boblin will then look around. He's the leader of the Boblin tribe, and so he looks around and then grins viciously at the spring, and then he'll blow his horn, which summons a portal of Twilight above the spring. And we'll learn more about these later, these portals, but you'll notice it makes the sky all dark and everything. In any case, then he'll kind of smile all smugly at it, then they'll all stomp off. Link will then wake up, and he looks around and is unsure what's going on after he holds his head for a moment, but he'll quickly realize that he's the only one here, and where did everybody go? So he'll quickly run out of the area, and he'll head north, because that's the way out of the village, so that's the direction they had to have come from. And you'll see that as he's crossing the bridge that everything starts turning really bright and kind of dusky. And as he approaches this giant thing here, you'll see it's a big wall of Twilight. And we'll learn more about those later, but as Link is staring at it, then a hand will reach out and grab him and pull him into the Twilight Realm. So that was quite the turn of events, huh? Who'd have thought? In any case, then the scene will next change to inside the Twilight Realm. You'll see that Link has been pulled in by that strange creature, and it certainly looks odd. And it goes by many names, such as Twilight Messenger, Twilight Being, Shadow Being, Black Beast, Dark Beast. But I would probably be calling it a Shadow Beast for a majority of the walkthrough. In any case, Link's hand will start pulsing with a golden light coming out of a symbol on his hand called the Triforce. And this has to do with him being the chosen hero, and we'll learn more about that later. In any case, Link will then transform into a wolf, and it's kind of crazy, huh? In any case, that he will then be dragged off by the Shadow Beast, and our poor hero is a little helpless at the moment. You'll then see an overview of the area, and you'll see another mysterious character that is watching all this take place, and we'll learn more about her later. So that is it for Chapter 1. Join me for the next chapter, and I will take you through the Twilight Realm.